And we are back, everyone. Say hello to lizstar. How's it going, Liz?
It's going pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. So tell us what you're running. I'm so excited.
I'm running Wario Land 3 for the Game Boy Color. It is one of maybe 3 games for the Game Boy Color worth playing. In my opinion,
wow.
the best one. Oh my god, I'm gonna get into it. I'm going to tear into the Game Boy Color during this run. But I absolutely adore this game, and I hope you all enjoy it too. Of all the Wario Land games, for some reason, this is the one that people kind of avoid talking about the most, and hopefully by the end of this, you'll have a new appreciation for it. So there's no continuation of any story. The first 2 Wario Land games involved Captain Syrup, but we're not even going to deal with that. Wario's just flying in his plane that he somehow has. Sure. It's like... Boom. Okay, now I'll be able to start. So, we'll get ready to count down. Where is my... Uh-oh. 1 second. Okay, I need my own splitter. I have a pedal. Okay, so we play on Japanese, because obviously it's faster, like it usually is. I am ready, so I'll count us down.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. So, to start off, we're starting off with a cutscene, but we actually do have some actual things that we can do in this cutscene. If you hold the direction Wario is moving while he is moving in a cutscene, he moves faster. So we always usually want to be holding right, and very occasionally left. And during text, we hold down, and the text moves faster.
That's so interesting. You can speed up a cutscene.
Best animation, best sprite. I just love that Wario, like, looking up and screaming sprite. Wario in this game is just wonderful. I have a deep appreciation for Wario. I feel like, you know, they just relegate him to WarioWare these days, but he's such a great character.
Definitely
right.
underused.
Absolutely agree. So, here we are. This is the main story. We have this creepy face in the wall that we can barely see who says, "Hi, I was an ancient god, and the monsters here locked me away and sealed my power in music boxes. I need you to collect the music boxes and free me. You can have any treasure that you find along the way," which is why Wario goes, "Oh yeah," and is like very on board with that. And so now we have to find the music boxes to free this ancient god, and that is exactly the plot. That's all there is. So welcome to Wario Land 3. It is a continuation of the control scheme of 2. So you have your charge. You don't have any power-ups if you played Wario Land 1. But it's a different gameplay style. This is a level-by-level basis Metroidvania. Very unique.
This looks super familiar. You know, this may be the one that I did have growing up.
Really?
The only Wario game.
Well, I mean, that's perfect, because it'll just be like, oh wow, just remembering all these...
Absolutely, I'm very excited.
So, the whole point of the game is that in each level, we need to find the keys and then the treasure chest. And you have to explore the level, hunting for these items. Some are hidden behind things that require power-ups, or other treasures that you find in other levels. So, for example, and some treasures just hide other levels. So we just got an axe, which cut down a tree, and that allows us to move to 2 different areas.
Ah.
So here we are. Also has a day and night cycle. This game has a lot of like really neat things just going for it. The day and night cycles change the way that each level operates. Some levels, enemies are different. Even like level hazards are different. And some levels can only be, like some chests can only be gotten on certain day or night sequences.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, we won't really need to be worrying about that. We'll just deal with it as it comes. So, for those who do not know, I am a goblin, which is why I have a deep personal appreciation of Wario because this man has clearly got some kind of goblin blood going on in his veins. He is not he's not a regular human. Like if you've ever seen this man, like he loves treasure, like he's very lazy and just weird and wild. He is very obviously goblinoid.
You're making a very strong argument.
Something to note about this game is that none of the we have to let these things kind of despawn. Oh, didn't work properly. So Wario can't be hurt. Instead, he has transformations like this, where he eats a donut and then gets fed, and it's pretty adorable in a way, just seeing all the different transformations that Wario can do. Also, sometimes it's horrific, like when he lights on fire, or like crumbles to dust.
But typically they are useful for certain things that you need to pass through, right?
Yes, absolutely. Like we needed to get fat in order to get that key to obviously get this treasure chest.
Mm-hmm.
Wario you need to utilize all the power-ups, and if you have the manual of this game, like I did as a kid, I used to just stare at the images and see all these weird, wild things that would happen to Wario. Just like, oh, here's a picture of Wario weirdly expanding. Here's a picture of Wario on fire, running and screaming. This
So
looks like a fun, pleasant childhood game.
I'm sure you were wondering how that related to the actual game.
This is the first level, by the way, where day-night sequences actually matter. You can only go to the left side when it's night, and you can only go to the right side when it's day. So, we time it properly. Obviously, we get here while it's night every single time.
When you do the like punch run, does that
Yes.
give you a boost in speed?
That does give you a boost in speed if you jump afterwards.
Okay.
Oh, I have to show, this is a little slow, but I have to show it. That is the best animation in this game. Just the most horrifying things can happen to Wario. Just, oh yeah, you know, this happy...
Oh yeah, he peels in half.
Yeah, he slices in half and becomes mush. It's gorgeous.
I'm surprised he can put himself back together.
Okay, there is actually a reason why Wario can't die in this game, and it's a really good reason, but I can't tell you, because it's spoilers.
Ah, okay.
Find out about it. I'll let you know by the end. Funny enough, in the same level, near the end of the game, there's backtracking, and like, when you play this game for the first time, there will be a lot of, exploration. So if you're going into this game like, oh, I want like a fast platformer, this is not your game. This is an exploration, like, figure out what items unlock what in what levels. It does give you hints, like later on you'll see when we get items, like power-ups, on the world map, some levels will sparkle, and that tells you, oh, you can go to this level now. Also...
Sense. That makes sense. You go ahead.
Yeah. Also, oh, here's another power-up, one I did not need to get. This is Spring Wario. It's okay, because it will go away in just a moment.
Oh, that's smart. Sandwiching yourself. So you don't jump all the way back up by accident.
You become normal when you're in Spring Wario form if you bounce against, faster if you bounce against the ceiling. So there is actually Vampire Wario in this game. Stay tuned for that. So now these two items combine to open up the world even further. We get 2 new levels. Usually, when you start the game, each area you can immediately get the gray key when you go into it. And then eventually you move on to other keys. We'll have the whole gambit going. Oh, this is a very surprisingly tight jump. You have to do it like right before you collide. So this is the first level with a boss. All the bosses, the way they work is you roll down. So you get into the boss arena, and then it doesn't hurt you. Instead, each hit will knock you out of the arena. So this turns you into Spring Wario, and then you bounce up. We're going to avoid doing that, obviously, because it wastes a lot of time. You just need to travel back to the arena. So each failure in this game, all it does is lower your, it just makes you waste time. Some might say that makes the game too easy, but that is not true. Because when you're getting knocked out of these bosses for the 8th time, you just kind of want to stop sometimes. Yes, I have a very deep voice. Some people have voices like that, and that's okay. So we just got our first power-up. I have to watch this happen. Also, look in the bottom left. That's supposed to be Wario. It just looks like a dude wearing his pants on his head. I don't really understand what that's all about. But we have to watch. It just shows you how each power-up works. And we just got the Butt Slam. This is the third game in the series, obviously, Wario Land 3. And he already had his butt slam before, so I'm not sure why he forgot how to slam his butt into the ground. But my friends and I came up with a fan theory that he just sold it. Like, he sold his pants, and like, in order to make a quick buck. Which makes sense to me.
He would be the kind of character to do that.
Yes. We're about to come up on the worst part of this game, specifically for a speedrunning thing. I don't mind it necessarily. So, have you ever played NES Golf?
Not for a long time.
This always reminds me of it. It's the same thing. It's golf, and it uses the same power system. And you have to get this little enemy in the hole.
Oh my gosh,
I try
that's right.
to see where it's landing, so I don't land in this fire, for example. And so I can kind of judge how much I need. Oh gosh! Oh, that was so close.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Woo! Alright. I have absolutely had it in a marathon once where I screwed up and then had to farm coins.
Oh no!
Which is a nightmare. It is also RNG. Some of those are like very easy to get. Some of them are like, oh, you have no room for failure. If you mess up just slightly, you just have to try again. And if you get above par, Wario just like gives up. He's like, nah, I'm not even gonna bother with that.
Oh wow.
The golf just raises a block. There are, I believe, 3 times we will have to play golf in this run, and each time it's terrible and I hate it. Just because of how RNG it can possibly be. Like,
Yeah.
Lose,
And it's
like,
so different from the rest of the game.
absolutely. And in some cases, I like that. I do like it when there's like different things. I like the mini game. It's fine in a casual sense, just in a speedrunning way.
Mm-hmm.
So, I watched one of my friends play this game, my partner, and she could not beat this level or figure out how it worked, because this game doesn't really tell you that you can butt slam these things, which
Oh no.
valid. So she was like, Liz, what am I supposed to do? And like, I'd spend the entire time, I have a bad habit when I'm watching people play games that I speedrun, that I try and give them tips. And she's like, no, leave me alone. I'm like, okay.
No tips.
And then, so, I didn't say anything, and I, like, intentionally wasn't looking, because I didn't want to, like, get that nervous titch where it's like, oh, I have to try and tell her how to do all the speedrun strats.
Mm-hmm.
And, she just was on this for, like, 15 minutes, trying to figure out what to do. You have to butt slam those in a very specific way.
Wow.
This game will get you stuck your first time playing through when you try to explore what you're supposed to do. I find for the most part, it's it is self-explanatory. You just kind of have to like have your brain go like, oh, that's right, I can do like that kind of thing, because it gradually expands into more gameplay styles.
Mm-hmm.
So we're about to see another ability. This is Zombie Wario. I don't know why, but Zombie Wario can fall through floors. Do not know why. There's a slight glitch we can do here. Whoop. I wouldn't even call it a glitch, and either way, it doesn't save that much time on a D-pad that like this, where you accidentally slide down, where it just allows you to hit that slightly faster. This is a glitchless category because glitched is a nightmare.
What's the what kind of glitches are included in this game?
So, I'll answer that by telling the story of how I learned it. I learned this game for the 12-hour challenge. For those who don't know, a few times a year, we have a 12-hour challenge where you try and learn a game in 12 hours. And this was my game. And I was like, I'm going to try to learn any percent, because it's like only like 40 minutes. And I learned a good amount of it. Oh, I disagree. Wario is very cute. I learned a good amount of it. Then I got to the glitches, and they're like quadruple frame perfect, like RAM manipulation. And it's just like, what on earth is going on? Like, it is absolutely bonkers how difficult the glitches are in this game. And like, almost every single level has a wall jump that you do, where it's like a frame perfect jump to get slightly higher than you need to get.
Oh no.
Which, that alone made me not want to learn that category. So I was just like, you know what? I'd rather just enjoy this video game instead. So I learned any percent glitchless.
There you go.
Which is, you just have to like keep an eye out for the difficult spots in the route and memorize the route, obviously. We just saw one of my favorite power-ups. I really should have talked about it while it was there, but we'll see it again. Smush Wario. Squish Wario, as I call him. Actually, I started making perlers about a year ago, right when I learned this game. And my first perler was Squish Wario, which
That's awesome.
I gave as a prize in a speedrunning marathon.
Is this a mini boss?
That is a mini boss. You just have to jump on the worm's head, squish it. I see someone in chat saying Wario Land 5, please. I agree. I don't understand. Like, Nintendo has definitely just pushed the Wario Land series aside, and like, I mean, listen, I like WarioWare. WarioWare is good. Oh, we just got our first music box, by the way, so that's 1/6 of the game done. Like, I love WarioWare. It's alright, but like, just something about the actual Wario Land games. Just so much fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, what was that?
I was just agreeing with you. Yeah. I just watching you play this right now is just giving me so much nostalgia. I totally miss this game.
No, I'm really glad. This game is very nostalgic for me too. It reminds me of I got it and played it at my grandmother's house down in Florida. So it just always reminds me of summers in Florida.
Oh, that's really cool.
Really like heartwarming vibes. And then I watched Wario catch on fire and burn to a cinder, and I'm like, oh, well, brought back to reality.
Ah, so I see that affected the first world.
Yep. So
seeds falling everywhere.
Yeah, we got an item that makes it so that a lot of different levels now have a vine going through them. This is one. This level is one where if I were doing it during the day, it would be absolutely terrible because these enemies are not asleep during the day, and they will always get in the wrong space and bump you just as you're trying to jump across those platforms. So that is basically only possible during night unless you're going incredibly slow and carefully. Our routing here is pretty precise. Ding! I love this. I just love the noise of Wario getting everything. It's just like you hear it literally like 60 times in a speedrun. It just gets ingrained in your head.
But it's still satisfying.
The music in this game is great too. This game, honestly, I'm shocked they're able to add this much game to a Game Boy cart. It's late Game Boy Color? I'm actually not sure on that. It's because there's like 2 musical tracks for each level, day and night, and there's obviously a lot of game and like a lot of different sprite data because there's a whole bunch of levels.
With all these power-ups.
Hi, RBW, I love you too. So, have you looked... Okay, so... one of my things I love so much is to just try and, like, experience as much of a video game library as I can. I am currently doing a thing called Genesis Quest on my channel, where I play every single Genesis game ever made. I just love that kind of thing.
Oh, wow. So you've done a lot.
I'm at, like, 150 games now.
Oh my gosh.
So there's a lot.
That's impressive.
Not even close to being done.
When you go through those games, do you start to consider other things that you might possibly want to speedrun?
I picked up, I think, 2 speed games.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no! Oh, that bounce! Oh, it bounced just too far.
Uh-oh.
That was almost perfect. The bounce is RNG, by the way. But yeah, I have picked up games that I've wanted to speedrun. Oh my gosh, just barely.
So how big is your speedrunning library now?
15, 20 games.
Oh my gosh.
I am... Oh my god, Wario, please! I am the Genesis Queen. I speedrun mostly Genesis games. Oh, this is the worst one. This is the literal worst one.
Oh no.
Oh my god. I hate this one because it's... You have to be, like, exactly perfect. Okay. Oh my god, Wario, I swear to god. Don't you do this to me, Wario. Wario!
Uh-oh.
Okay, alright, we're good. We're fine. Wario, no! Oh my god, I am choking hard on this freaking golf. This is what I tell you, golf is the thing I'm the worst at in this game.
It's okay.
Okay, that's fine. We have one more try here.
It's definitely the least fun part.
Yeah. Like, it's like I said, it's nice if you're playing casually. Yeah. Oh my god! It's really not that hard. Oh my goodness gravy.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Wow. Gosh, I'm good at this game. Aren't you all glad that you're watching me play golf for an hour?
No, hey, it only took a little bit of extra time, and you did great.
Thank you for lying to me, I really... That's so sweet.
I would never.
First try.
Those caterpillars, don't they turn you into, like, a ball of string?
They do turn you into a ball of yarn. You become Yarn Wario.
Okay.
Yarnio, as I call him.
Wario.
Okay, anyway, as I was going to say, I love I love figuring out like more information. I just love experiencing a bunch of different games from a console's library and seeing everything the console has to offer, which is why I can say with complete certainty that from all of my experience with the Game Boy Color library, there are maybe 3 games worth playing.
Okay, so
And
what are
this
the
is
other two?
um do you consider Zelda Oracle games to be 1 game or 2 game?
2 games.
Okay, so then I
Or 4
will
games.
say that there are 4 games. Um, there's Zelda Oracle games, this, and Metal Gear Ghost Babel,
Okay.
which is a really good game, and y'all should check it out. It's really cool. Um, but for the most part, the Game Boy Color is just hot garbage. Not as bad as the Game Boy Advance and the Wii, but it's pretty bad.
Mhm.
And as the inverse, the best library I've ever experienced is the Virtual Boy, and I will stand by that, because there is 1 bad game Virtual Boy game, as opposed to like the 150 bad Game Boy Color games.
Oh, wow.
There is only like 30 Virtual Boy games, but still.
Oh, yeah, these guys make you poof up and you float, right?
I guess Wario has an extreme
Oh, there
allergic
you go.
reaction. And he floats up, and we use this. We have to avoid that guy. That guy will knock the puffiness out of you and make you float instead. Oh my god, there are people who are getting very angry at me in chat. Listen, alright, I had a lot of Game Boy Color games, and I have a lot of Game Boy Advance games, and I love all of them. But for the most part, the library is just filled with schlock. Oh my god, people are so angry. I'm not saying every Game Boy Advance game is bad. I know Golden Sun is... Okay, listen. Alright, if y'all want, you can go to my channel, slam that bell, click like, subscribe, and comment, and also yell at me. Because heaven knows I deserve it.
Oh my gosh.
If y'all think that's bad, I saw a, we have nothing going on while this happens. I saw a list that was the top 20 worst Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games of all time. Like, the entire system. Number 20 was Metroid 2, and I was like, wow, that is the spiciest take I've ever heard in my life. That take, like, sears my eyebrows. It's just like, yeah, I guess I can see someone just hating that game that much, but that is really spicy take. Number 19 was Kirby's Dream Land, and I just turned the list off. I'm like, nope! I don't know what the heck this person is talking about.
Are you not a big Kirby person?
No, I love Kirby. I don't know what the heck that person was talking about. Like,
Oh.
Kirby's Dream Land is a great game, but they said it was the 19th worst Game Boy game of all time.
That's super strange.
That is a spicy meatball. Okay, so now we can swim, which we need to do in order to get to the boss. This is the hardest boss in the game coming up, so it might take me a few tries, but I should not have just jinxed myself like that.
No, you've got this.
I got this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a mild RNG variant on where this boss does his 3rd attack, which is the attack that will usually get me. So he's a cute fox, a cute kitsune, in pajamas, I guess. And we need to bounce these back at him. I've always been really bad at like diagonal trajectories, so this kind of thing is not my wheelhouse. Okay, so for this one, I want him to... Perfect. So that bounces several times, and it can and will hit you if you are near it, because when it lands, it also okay, there we go. When it lands, it also has like a shocking effect, where if Wario is sitting on the ground while it happens, you get stunned and you can't run away from it or jump over it. So if it's anywhere close to you, you are going up. It turns you puffy and you go up.
Oh no. Okay.
but got it first try. Dang, I'm good. Whew, I'm good. Whew! Whew!
Yeah, you look like
That
you never
noise is
have
just-
problems with that boss.
And like I said, none of the bosses kill you. You cannot die in this game. Kind of. There is one exception. The final boss can kill you. It is out of nowhere and it's kind of incredible. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. I'm glad everyone has forgotten my social faux pas at claiming that the Game Boy Advance wasn't. Oh snap! What have I done?
Oh yeah, I love all these like hidden walls that it just seems like there's nothing there.
That is so. This game does have that. There are some levels which are all about trying to find hidden walls, and you hit them, and it's like, oh well, now I can. I found a secret way. However, in the second game, like almost a fourth of the levels were that, and in that case, it's bad. Just like trying to find a maze by hitting every single wall isn't fun. This I find is fun. Oh. That is the best noise on the Game Boy Color I have ever heard. It is so incredible. Do I not love Wario Land 4 on the GBA? I do love Wario Land 4 on the GBA. I'm just saying, the GBA had 4,000 games, and like 3,000 of them are shovelware Nickelodeon games. I'm so sorry. I'm not insulting your childhood. Wario Land 4 is very good. So yeah, that beautiful noise is just the most gorgeous thing I've ever heard in my life. Just like Wario cannot hold a tune to save his life. Oh, I went in the wrong area. We're supposed to do N2 layer. So in order to get back on the correct, I guess I'll call it time, I will exit the map so that it's day, as it usually should be, because we need it to be, we're on the perfect day-night cycle right now. Okay, so another good noise is this snake noise that the snake makes. I just love that noise. Everything about the snakes, the flute, the snakes, they're just wonderful. I love snakes.
Snakes are cool. They're noodles.
Yeah! Danger noodles.
Yeah, they're danger noodles. Be careful with the danger noodles, but sometimes they're very nice noodles.
So here's another power-up that... Oh! I did indeed hit it. I was about to say that I will hopefully avoid. Bubble Wario. It will usually knock you out of a maze, like so. But there are some cases in which Bubble Wario is a thing that we want to happen. We'll see that. Because it also, causes you to, like, go against currents. So if there are currents pushing down, you use the bubble to go up. I think this is the point in which I talk about one of my favorite aspects of this game. Yep. So, let's look at what Wario does here. Oh wait, no. No, it's the next one. Okay. There's some foreshadowing, just to keep you on the edge of your seat. What's she gonna do next? So, when we come here during the day, it's a bunch of, chefs. When we come here during the night, it's a bunch of zombies. And a snake. Get ready. I wasted 3 seconds for that, which is worth it. My favorite thing about the chefs is that after they make you fat, they desperately try to run away because they know Wario is just going to knock them out with their flab.
I like how they have donut-shaped blocks.
I agree. Blocks that can only be killed by someone wielding the power of donuts.
Oh, donuts!
Donuts are quite powerful. Donuts.
Oh, don't keep doing that. I'm gonna want donuts.
Please. Oh, please no. Okay. That friend almost lit me on fire.
Oh.
Alright. So here we use another power of Flab. When you jump, you kind of like make things pop up a little bit, which is something we need to do in order to unlock to knock that guy up. Something else about Flab Wario is that in order to make him unflab, you actually have to work out. You have to run, you have to jump, and he sweats off those pounds much better than I ever have.
Much more efficiently. I wish it was
Yes.
that easy.
Alright, here it is. So, Wario is holding this book aloft and the staff and reads the magic words. Now, I have high doubts that Wario has ever read a book. Like, I don't think that Wario has read a single thing in his life, except for, like, I don't know, like, the word onions on the, or garlic on the store shelf. He has not read. So what I think happened is that he was like, okay, I need to do something with this. I have to say the magic word, but I'm too lazy to figure out what it is, so he just holds it off and goes, wah! And then it happens to be a magic word. It's like, oh wow! I can't believe that actually worked! So these bears are cute, but they, I need to avoid them because they turn you into Icicle Wario and will knock you very far back. But otherwise, simple level. Wario is an entrepreneur, he's read contracts before? No, see, that's why he has lawyers. I doubt Wario actually does anything, like any of his own work. So we just got a power-up that allows us to break blocks above our head, which will unlock a bunch of new things. Thank God, that is the smallest, like, power-up thing. The smallest power-up, like, cinematic. Some of them you have to sit there for, like, ages. Is Waluigi Wario's lawyer? I freaking love this fan theory. But that's just a theory.
He could be.
A game theory. This level has my favorite boss of the entire game in it.
I actually super love the animation of when he's climbing up a ladder. It's like, for his body type, it's super well done.
Where he kind of wiggles a little bit.
Yeah, he absolutely wiggles. I don't know, I love it. It's so funny.
Gonna try to do this without accidentally hitting down. Fun fact, I am currently playing this on a Sega Genesis controller. Because it's my favorite controller. It's the one I'm used to, because I mostly speedrun Sega Genesis games. Funny enough, I'm not playing any Genesis games in this marathon. I am a disappointment to myself. So, cute little, I guess, damage boost here. Just don't have to go around.
What would you say is the most useful power-up in the entire game?
Ooh. Probably high jump. High jump allows you to do the only sequence break in any percent glitchless. There's also any percent no major skips, which is like the same exact thing except like 3 more levels, so I don't run it. Only like 3 people run it.
Okay.
And the skip is very difficult to do, but at the same time, it is one of the most interesting parts, in my opinion, on any percent glitchless. Alright, so we're about to get to my favorite boss. This is a boss that's in, I think he's in Wario Land 1, but he's definitely in 2. It's the bunny, it's the sports bunny. In the first one, in Wario Land 2, I know you play basketball with him, and in this one you play soccer. By turning each other into balls. And then you have to do a very precise dash and then jump in order to knock him into the... no, this is not live. I am coming to you from the future, in fact.
Oh my gosh.
And done. It's just so much fun. I love it, just the creativity of some of these boss fights.
Bunny soccer.
Bunny soccer, it's just cute. And like I said, he's in 2, and you play basketball by turning each other into balls and then throwing each other in a hoop. That is a lot more difficult than this one.
Oh, wow.
We have another music box. So we're 2/3 of the way through. I love music box aesthetics. Like, just something about it is just so pleasant.
Kind of reminds me of the instruments from Link's Awakening.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And in the same way, when we get all of them, you will you play them in front of the ancient god, and
All put together.
they combine. Yeah, they all come together into one song. So it's almost exactly like that. I love Link's Awakening. It's such a good game.
Oh, me too. I'm so excited for the remake. I'm
Me
very
too.
excited.
Oh, it's gonna be so great.
So next up, new Wario Land, right?
Wait, what's that?
Wario Land remake, right? That would be what you'd want next, right?
At least anything Wario Land.
Anything. Yeah.
Put him back in his plumber suit, please. So those things turn you puffy, which is obviously why I was avoiding them, because otherwise I'd have to go all the way back around.
Oh, they would make you raise up out of the water.
Exactly. A Wario Land remake. Yes, please. Okay, so I think this is... Nope, it's the next one. Okay. Oh, this level is quite a level. It's kind of very tight jumps with the Fire Wario here, and I think this is the first time seeing Fire Wario. So he burns like crazy, you can't control him, all you can do is jump, and then he becomes a flaming ball, and then turns to ash, and is just like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, we've only seen it through before he turned into fire.
Oh.
Yeah, because you were lighting the torches.
Right.
Right.
And then I jump into the water.
Exactly.
Alright, so something to note is you've all been watching this for 40 minutes. You know, we pick up items, they combine with other items to unlock different areas. Now, the thing is, with these items, I don't think Wario can read, but like, for a lot of them, it's just like you combine certain items to do certain things. And some of them, okay, sure, I guess I can understand that. You have two rings, one is blue, one is red. Put it together, it makes a tower. Okay, I guess I can understand just trying to cross that. There's no, like, instruction manual that he picks up along with it to tell him, oh, this is what you need to do. Need to go to S4, which is here. So, I just like to imagine that in between every single level, there is like a several hour off-camera situation where Wario is just rubbing a whole bunch of different objects together and being like, work! Do something! Just like desperately trying to get something to happen. Because like some of it, okay, like I said, the ring, sure, whatever. But like, how on earth are you supposed to... There's like one where it's 3 geometric shapes that combine to cause the apocalypse, which I'm not joking about, that is a thing.
Oh, wow.
People have told me it's supposed to be dragon objects, but it's geometric shapes. We'll see that in a bit. Gotta kill this enemy, otherwise it will be very difficult to slide down without being lit on fire. I jump perfectly. Good. Okay, I messed that up a lot during practice. Ooh, boy, it is melting in here.
Wow, no, you look, you did great. Sorry, mine's a little behind.
No, I mean, it's melting in my room. I live in Georgia. I just moved down.
No.
I moved from Jersey on like Saturday, so I have had very little time to practice Wario Land 3.
Oh my gosh, you like just moved. Holy moly.
Literally just moved, and it is far too hot. I miss Jersey already. It's getting hot in here. I'm not gonna finish that song.
Yep.
Don't want to show my age. People are like, Liz, that's like 2000s. That's not showing your age. Shh. Called joke. So
It's not like we can throw enemies.
we cannot. Oh yes, now we can throw enemies, which
Mhm.
we can only throw the tiny enemies. I was
Okay.
supposed to throw that enemy and not knock him into the water. Oops. Well, we'll get not this one. This one. It's kind of difficult to get these friends. You have to kind of like knock them over before you can pick them up. And by knocking them over, you often like knock them into the water and they just immediately die. Here's the situation I was talking about earlier with the bubbles. We're going to use them to go up against this current here. I break these blocks first. Wario has the Infinity Gauntlet. Why, yes. What did it cost you? Wow, nothing! Ha ha ha! Height movement to try and quickly get around these things. Okay, I always accidentally kill this thing. I'm not paying attention, I'm telling some stupid story. I just kill it without meaning to. And it's just like, oh, and then you have to go back out.
Go back out and come back in.
Yep. It's almost like
Ready this
not
time.
paying attention to the speed game is the biggest problem with running speed games.
No, I feel you. I've so been there.
Ding. I just love that noise. I just like every time I do a little like kind of like a movement. But there's no mic. I mean, no cam. There's no mic. This is the worst time.
Okay, so how many of these do we combine in the game?
Like how many power-ups? Like
Yeah,
how many
all the
items?
treasures.
To be honest, I don't know. I haven't counted. We combined like several. Usually, if it's a situation where we pick up an item, then it'll be like, oh well, obviously we'll come back to it later. Go to W2. Just over here. What is this? Right. But I honestly don't know the number. Okay. I got a Monty Python foot. Oh my god, I did get a Monty Python foot. Like, I don't know why that's a giant foot. Again, I don't know how Wario knows to do these things. With that one, it makes sense. It's a giant foot, and it falling down does something. So I can only imagine he's like, oh, this priceless artifact, and then he's like, oh, snap, and drops it by accident.
You think that's how it happened?
That is I mean, this is Wario we're talking about.
I like how you love Wario and you love the game, but you have no faith in like his.
Oh no! Listen, I love Wario like I love like a three-legged puppy. Oh, here's Vampire Wario. It was turned into normal Wario through water, which is definitely how the lore works.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
Like, so I saw a tweet about this game, about how this game has the best characterization of any video game ever, because it doesn't tell you any of this, but it 1000% paints Wario as a man who will harm himself in extreme ways in a desperate attempt to get treasure. So he's this incredibly, like, he's this self-hating, defeatist man who all he wants to do is just sate his greed and will do anything to get it. Wow. And there's just something about that. Like, it's not if I saw like a real person doing this, I'd be like, you are the most disgusting person in my life I've ever met in my life. But like, if it's this clearly goblinoid man,
there's something that makes sense for Wario.
Yeah, absolutely. You're still waiting for the owls. The owls are my favorite power-up. We're getting to the owls soon, I think. Honestly, I find it hard to remember what parts come with what parts in this game. The game just kind of, like, happens, and I continue on with it.
You just know what affects the map and where you need to go.
Exactly.
So how many world sections are there? Like, there are a couple different maps you go back and forth between.
Yes.
It seems like, you know, they continue to get affected, so it's a lot of revisits with new areas. So overall, how many maps are there?
I think there's about 6 per area, so 24.
And how many areas?
4 areas.
Okay, so it's just 4. Okay.
Yeah. Puffy Wario. Good. Okay. Have to kind of just aim where these friends puff me up at the right spot so that I can get through these little holes in the wall. Whew.
Proper placement. I see.
Ding. Oh, I think we're coming up on it. Nope, it's the next one. Because these are the geometric shapes. E1. Oh, this level is a scary nightmare. There's a thing in here. It's like a robotic mouse, and if it touches Wario, he gets sent back out, and it's genuinely terrifying.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's hard to do this without the mouse catching you at least once. Nope! Okay. Hopefully I can get it without it catching me again. Oh my god, I smell pizza. Holy. Listen, I'm just gonna stop the run. You all have a great time. Nah.
Wait, what do we do?
Just watch Wario just sit here getting caught by a mouse over and over. Grabby hands mouse. For the next hour until I come back fully sated from pizza. Listen, I don't think anyone here can blame me.
I know. I'm trying to think of an excuse, and you know. I mean, you can also save it for after, and then it's really satisfying. So
even better. So, time for this beaver? I don't know what kind of enemy it's supposed to be, but it's weird. I'm going to call it a beaver. It just has a weird, like, spiky, tail. So, we need to bump it. It is being genuinely mean to me. I need you to get a little bit further down, friend. Whoa! Oh, no! Okay, this is one of the ones where if we do it correctly, we're able to still survive, even if we get hit. This is the only boss that does that. And then the turtle comes back and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I will never leave you again, Wario."
He got scared. It's okay.
And then he will leave me again by exploding into stars.
Oh my goodness. Poor turtle.
Weird lizard salamander beaver. Alright, so again, Wario combines 3 geometric shapes. Again, they're apparently supposed to be dragon items, I don't know. And, using the power of geometric objects, of, like, Marble Madness objects, he causes the apocalypse.
It's a claw, a horn, and maybe some scales.
And for some reason, creates a giant hole in the ground. I don't know why that appears. But, welcome to Wario Land 3, Wario Commits Climate Crimes, the game.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Stay tuned for Wario Land 4, Wario's in jail.
Oh my gosh. Maybe that's why that hasn't come out yet.
Well, Wario Land 4 has come out. All of the Wario Land games are, like, shockingly different. The first game was, like, a level-by-level, game with, like, a world map. It was right after, Mario Land 2, which is an incredible game. And, it was... It had power-ups, and, like, you were collecting money, but you just needed to get through the levels. The second game was the same kind of thing, but it had, like, branching paths that you could take, and it was, like, you couldn't go back. So it was a one thing, and then once you beat it, you could do it again and try and find the other paths. And this game is a weird, like, Metroidvania kind of thing, and then, The next game is the weirdest of them all, where you need to enter a level, find 4 triangles, and then hit a frog hourglass, which will start a countdown timer with Wario very terrifyingly go, "Hurry up!" with like terrifying music going on. And,
oh no.
And where am I going? Oh, over here. and then you have to make it to the end while the level is changing around you. So you explore the level, then the level changes during the hurry up timer, and it's very tense. It is a very different game. It's also really, really good. Oh, freaking... Come on, how was that? Light me on fire! No, please! Light me on fire! Oh, you jerk. Yes! Light me on... Yes! That's exactly what I needed. Okay. Alright. Perfect. And then there's also Virtual Boy, which is basically like Wario Land 1, and there's Shake It, which is... Honestly, I've never played, so I can't really give any indications of it. I know it's gorgeous.
I haven't either.
It looks really good. Wario Land 4 is not the same as Shake It. Wario Land 4 is a Game Boy Advance game. Shake It is a Wii game, which, from what I've seen, seems like it controls kind of like 4. Okay, so here we're going to see Yarnio. Which just bounces against a bunch of walls until finally Wario comes out of his yarn. A beautiful butterfly.
Oh yeah!
The most gorgeous man. Again, like, some of these items I can understand, like these eyes. But it's like, how on earth does Wario know to hold aloft, like, his spear and magic helmet to make, I don't know, like, oil turn to water? Which is a thing that happens later on. He's, like I said, he's just rubbing random items together. So there's a situation between each level where we don't see it, but Wario's just, like, smushing rings against, like, swords. I entered the wrong level.
And eventually something works, and that's the cutscene we get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every time, we have to come back to this level 3 times, and every time we have to do the same puzzle. Which is... This is one of the worst levels in the game in my eyes because of that, because, like, when you're playing this for the first time, it's kind of hard to see, like, what you need to do, and so, like, you might leave and come back later. Because there's obviously a lot of treasures that we do not need, that we are not getting. So you'll go get those. You'll be like, oh, well, I have plenty of other things I can do right now. So you go get those. Okay, and this in my opinion is the worst treasure in the game.
In terms of collecting?
Yeah, in terms of collecting, it's just a slog. We have to climb all the way up, get fit, break these, then catch on fire. Again, Wario is this self-deprecating man who will do anything for money. I just love that characterization.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I almost clipped out of bounds! Which is a frame-perfect thing, and I do not know how to do it. So I'm very, very glad that didn't actually happen, because I did not want to clip out of bounds there. And then we turn into a Zomble. Hi, chat. How's it going? Some women have deep voices, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mine's been really strained lately, so it's a lot deeper than normal.
Yeah, I hope you aren't coming with a cold or anything.
No, it's just been overuse lately. Like visual novels and
Oh, yeah,
having guests around, and so you never get a break.
that'll absolutely do it. I finally, like, since it came out, I've been using Twitch Sings, and that slaughterizes my throat.
Oh, for sure.
But it's so much fun.
I have not done that yet because my voice has been so strained. It's unfortunate.
And finally, we are done with this single one. We have to climb up, fall all the way down, climb up while doing puzzles, fall all the way down, climb up, fall all the way down. It is a very long-winded puzzle, but we get the most powerful of instruments, garlic, which allows us to break through blocks a little bit easier and break these hard blocks.
Yeah, that's what happens when I have garlic too. So, you know.
The pitch of one's voice is clearly very important to how their speedrun is. You got a gift. Alright. And 6. And for those who do not know me, hi, I'm lizstar. I was actually at GDQ this past one. I was the person who played Mega Man DOS. So, as you can see, I don't always, treat myself terribly by playing terrible video games. Sometimes I play good ones. Not very often. But it's occasional. when I really want to treat myself. So
fun
now
run to showcase though.
What was that?
It's a fun run to showcase though. It's something you don't haven't seen.
This game needs a lot more love. It's a situation where it's like I've seen at GDQ even like almost every other Wario Land game get ran. Haven't seen this one. I had never seen it in any marathon. It's not like people don't run it. We got some big name runners. We got Worcester. And like a bunch of other people who do a lot of Wario stuff. But for some reason, just hasn't gotten the love it deserves. Hopefully I'm gonna get it into a GDQ at some point. I'm definitely submitting it. Although if someone else who runs this game and has a faster time than me wants to submit it, please do! Because I genuinely don't feel like I have a good enough time to showcase it at such a widespread event. The world record is like almost an hour, and my PB is an hour 30. So there's a lot more really difficult tricks that I could be doing. And obviously, less flub-ups. I freaking love how easy that boss is. If you hit it from the bottom, you have to usually wait for it to, like, swim down, so you can hit it from the top, because if you hit it from the bottom, you get knocked back up. But it doesn't matter, because you can just jump out of the water. You're amazed that Mega Man DOS got in, but Wario Land 3 didn't. Now, that's the funny thing is, my favorite comment I got from GDQ was people who said, why is this game in GDQ? I thought it was called Awesome Games Done Quick. This game doesn't look awesome!
Games Done Quick
I beg to differ.
always has an awful Games Done Quick section as well, so that also negates that theory. And it's all awesome.
What was that?
Silly games done quick.
Yeah.
Awful games and silly games. And they're still awesome.
I agree. They definitely fill me with awe, that's for sure. They're terrific. They also fill me with terror. I hope that if y'all haven't played this game, or any Wario Land game, you play them, because they're all very good. I actually don't really like 1 that much, but I had 2 when I was really young, and then I got 3 a little bit later, obviously when it came out, and then I got 4, but I never had 1 when I was younger, and every time I've gone back to play it, it just feels a little too primitive for me. But I mean, it's still a really good game. I just can't appreciate it, which is a shame. I wish I could.
We all like different things anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We all like different things. And we all have differing opinions, like, you know, how the GBA is garbage. Oh, snap!
Oh, snap.
I don't actually think that. But it's getting your knickers in a twist, chat, so
Oh, no.
I think I did good today. Okay, here's another situation. So, Wario is going to hold this rod aloft. How is he supposed to know that this rod does this? Wario committed climate crimes earlier by, like, freezing an entire ocean and creating a giant hole and causing a volcano to explode. But in this case, he's actually... What's the opposite of crimes? All of the oil, which we could not originally swim through, we can now swim through.
Oh, well, that's nice.
So he cleans up oil. Which, honestly, I think is just because he's getting paid by Big Oil.
To clean it up?
Yeah, to clean it up. He's getting paid by BP.
I think he's collecting it for general use. Either way, it's very helpful.
Heroism? Oh, well, that's clearly not Wario. Nothing about heroism is Wario. Work. I do like how fast the swimming is in this game. The water levels aren't too bad. It's not as good as my favorite game of all time, lizstar, which is being run at this next GDQ by my friend Chubbis. Check it out!
Does that have to do with your name?
Yes, actually. That is exactly why my name is lizstar, is because my favorite game is lizstar. I also ran lizstar at AGDQ 2018, so check that out as well. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Lick, cement, and sublimate.
Oh my god.
Slam that bell! Please don't make me play Arrow the Acrobat again. I think I've suffered enough.
Very industrial level.
Yeah, definitely. There's like... this game just has a lot of different locales to it. E2, which is over here. To the iceberg. I like the music in this game a lot. It's just pleasant. I hope you all paid attention to what I told you to do in our sublimating. Are you sublimating in there? No, Mom!
Oh, hidden walls.
What was that?
I'm just watching all the hidden wall. I like all the exploring the hidden walls. I don't know. That's one of my favorite things.
The one level that we did earlier, Turtle Rock, is...
Yeah, there's so much in there.
There's a lot of hidden walls in that level. That level reminds me of, like, 1/4 of the levels in Wario Land 2.
Yeah.
I love Wario Land 2, but there's a lot of them. And I'm not for it, but you show the perfect thing, which is even if you're not for a gameplay option, someone else is.
Absolutely.
And there's not too much of it in this game, so it's not too bad.
It's just enough to keep it interesting and cool without being overdone.
Exactly.
I would say.
Alright, so we just unlocked the worst level in the game. I hate this level. This is the Castle of Illusion. Points to chat if you can tell me what I just referenced. We have to go into these rooms, flip the switches, and then continue to climb. And if you knock back down, you have to do it all over again. And these zombies, you have to dodge the zombies because they will knock you down, and you'll have to do it all over again. So you can't jump very high when you're a zombie.
There are a lot of guesses in chat right now.
Wait, hold on. What did I say?
The Castle of Illusion.
Oh, the illusion. I'm not seeing it. No, I'm not. Not Mickey Mouse.
I get the Mickey Mouse guess though. I get the guess.
I do. There's a game called Castle of Illusion. It's a Genesis game, I think. I've definitely played that game for Genesis Quest. No, not Earthworm Jim, not Homestuck. Let me tell you about Homestuck. It is a reference to Homestar Runner.
Oh, it is. Childhood music.
You're forgetting the greatest magic trick, the trick of a little illusion. Strong sad, exactly. I don't know what this is supposed to be, some kind of like stove? I don't know why these stoves are littering, and why they explode into stars. So, we got red pants, which, gives us the power-up of basically it's the same thing as the onion, but for pants. Which is probably the weirdest statement I've ever said. Also,
Very strange, yeah.
There's a quote. There's a quote for your quote bot. It's like garlic, but for pants.
There are a lot of things in speedrunning that we say that don't usually make sense in any other context, so it's okay.
I love that kind of thing. Quote bots of speedrunners are the best thing.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's hard to run a Kirby game without saying something that's can be taken the wrong way.
I've wanted to learn more Kirby games. There's so many games that I want to pick up, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Hey, friends, if you have never, if you've been like, oh, I want a speedrun, but it would be too hard, just try it, honestly. Find a game that you could play a lot and pick it up. It'll be great. Don't be like me and try to speedrun every game you've ever played. It won't end well.
Just play what you want to play.
Play what you want to play. Also, play games that you wouldn't mind ruining, because, trust me, you will never be able to play your favorite game casually again. Like, or watch people play it. I watch people play Return to Zork, and it drives me batty.
Oh.
Which I'm playing later on in this marathon, by the way. I will be playing Zork tomorrow. Which I'm so glad. I've been trying to get that run into like, actual GDQ for years!
But now you can show it off.
Now I can show it off, and I'm so excited. Like, it's my Mohawk and headphone jack. Okay, so it's about time. I'm going to go ahead and tell you all the story of this game. So mild spoilers if you care about this 20-year-old video game, but basically, like I said, we got sucked into a music box, and we found, like, an ancient god who's like, hey, I was the god of this world, and I want you to go find the music boxes, because they contain my power. The monsters stole my power away and put it in the music boxes. Go find it. You can keep all the treasure you want, and I will make you filthy rich when you bring me back to power. Morgan's like, all I heard was filthy rich, so I'm on board. And so he's wandering around doing this stuff, and there's these monsters, and the reason that you actually cannot die, and I love this about this game, the reason you can't die is because these monsters are actually the civilians of this world who were turned into monsters by the evil clown Greedy, which is actually the face in the wall. So the evil clown Greedy, his power was locked away by the, Rudy, excuse me, is his name. Evil clown Rudy. His power was locked away by the citizens of this world, and then he turned them into monsters as retaliation. So all they're trying to do is trying to stop you. That's why you don't get hurt. They know that you're an innocent in this. So I want you to go ahead and remember that. Like, go ahead and keep that really clear in your memory.
That's really sad.
While we fight this boss. Keep that really, just like, nuzzled tight in your brain space as we fight this boss. Just go ahead and just continue to think about that. How they're just innocents and they're just trying to stop you. They can't communicate with you. What you're doing is wrong. They're innocents.
He gets really poopy.
Wario killed a man! Wario has murdered a man! Join us for Wario Land 4! Wario goes to jail! So anyway, keep that in mind throughout the rest of this game. F. That's an F out for that friend. He was probably like, I don't know, he worked at a Walmart and blew up balloons as a living. And he went out the way he loved. Wario was always the bad guy. True. People tell me this game, like, they tell me, oh, Wario's a good person in this game. And no, he's not. He's doing this for entirely, you know, he's like, oh, I just heard the word treasure, I'm on board.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it takes.
Here's my favorite power-up, the owl. It's just so cute. But the final boss is the evil clown Rudy, and when you return him to power, he's like, ah, psych, fooled you, I'm the clown Rudy, and he attacks you, and he can actually kill you. He's the only thing in this game that can kill you, which is because, as I said, the civilians of this world don't want you dead. They just want you to stop. But they can't communicate it with you. But Rudy does indeed want you dead, so he can kill you. And you stop him, obviously. So that's why people say, oh, well, Wario's a good person, because he stopped the evil clown Rudy. And it's like, well, okay, but you didn't know, like, of course he did this entire stuff for Rudy just because it was treasure, and then he stopped Rudy because he was going to die. That doesn't make him a good person. Anyway, I feel very strongly about this stupid game for children.
Hey, it is made for everybody and can be enjoyed by everybody.
E for everyone. Oh, whoops. Missed a jump there. So, also to note, in the Mario universe, the sun is pleasantly curious about Wario. Like, just kind of, like, wants to know what Wario's about and occasionally, like, see what happens when he lights him on fire. So the sun is definitely psychotic, but is pleasant enough towards Wario, while it absolutely hates Mario. So I don't know what Mario did to the sun. But, like, the sun is okay with Wario of all people, but hates Mario. Alright, so we just got the boots, which give us the only sequence break in this game. Usually, we're supposed to get an item before we do this next section, which will allow us to... It creates some vines that we can climb on, but with doing very precise jumps, the most difficult tricks in the game, so it'll probably take me a few tries, we will try to sequence break. And the main difference between the categories, no major skips, and this is just this one trick. It saves a lot of time. We need it to be day, so we're going to go back to the map. Alright. So this is the first level. We're back. Yes, we're back. Tell a friend. And this is the only level that we'll be completing every single chest in, which I think is quite fitting for the first level to be the only one that is 100% required. That thing always lights me on fire when I'm trying to do this trick. It's not even a trick, it's literally what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna wait for this fire to chill, to slow its roll. Alright, so we got the green key. Let's go do a trick. So, with this power-up, we can bounce on enemies a lot higher, and we can also do a high jump by holding up while we jump. And we're going to use that to jump across some gaps we're not supposed to go across. So usually there would be vines here. We have to do one, two. Alright. 1, 2. Okay. 1, Yeah, first try.
Ooh,
Whew.
that's awesome. Nah, Chad, I'm focused. I'm into the run.
Kung Fu's gonna go home and play this after this.
I am home. I could play this right after this.
All of y'all should, too. The commentary is slightly delayed. It's just how setup has to be. There's no real alternative with that.
If you notice a very large delay, though, you should try to refresh the stream and see if that fixes it.
Yes.
Mhm.
So what I like about this level is, like I said, we needed to collect a thing that would create vines. And in order to get to this next area, we'd have to have collected that item. So it assumes that we did. It didn't, you know, make these vines things that could be added in through the vine creation item. They're just here. So I love that. They're like, oh, no one's going to sequence break this game. Clearly they had not played enough Metroidvanias.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna climb these, kind of wait for these friends.
Oh, the commentary being ahead. That's right. It's based on how the video is being captured.
Is set up, yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're a little ahead.
This is a cheap game. Y'all should definitely pick it up. It's probably on some on the Wii U as well, if you were unfortunate enough to buy a Wii U like I was. I needed that Pikmin, alright? Still worth. So here's the ratfish. I love the ratfish, he's a friend. So we need to feed the ratfish cheese. As you can see, he is bloating something fierce. I do not know what is in this cheese, but it is not, agreeing with this ratfish. And there he goes. Now he's too fat to float, and he blocks the current. Cute. That is super cute. You have to time it perfectly. It's pretty difficult. And you also have to land, like, back on the little dragonfly. Also, something I like about this is if you try and go here, you're bouncing against his butt. He's still down there. Ding. We are nearing the end. We only have a few left to do. This will be our third way back to one of these freaking levels. I do not like this level. Because every time you go through it, you have to do the same puzzle. And it's like, oh, this is a cute, like, puzzle to figure out the first time. And it's the third time, you're like, alright. Sure thing, Wario Land. This game doesn't overstay its welcome, but if you do want 100% it, which you should, because it's a lot of fun to try and get every single thing, it does take you, like, a long time. The world record for 100% is, like, 4.5 hours? It's a long game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would say that's probably this game's biggest flaw, potentially. It's just that if you're not... if you're playing very casually, it can feel repetitive if you can't get something within the first couple of tries, you know?
Definitely, and it can feel kind of slow.
Yeah, with the backtracking. Which
it's not, but I don't think it's slow-paced. But, again, if you try and go into it and you're like, I'm going to be like Liz, and I'm going to slice through this game, I know where everything is.
So it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if, once you sequence break, what happens if you grab the vine? Does it do anything? Does it break anything?
Honestly, I do not know. I don't think it breaks anything. Basically, if you try and go back and complete a, oh my god, these things. if you go back and try and complete something that you've already completed, there will be a doorway instead of a chest.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go in that doorway, you just end the level. You don't even need the key. So if you get the vine item, I'm going to assume that it's probably just it creates the vines, and then you can go and solve it a little bit easier, and not have to do crazy, wild speedrunner strats. What a chubster. I do like Wario's wiggle when he's like...
Mm-hmm, me too.
When he's climbing. That's a mood.
It's just so appropriate. I don't know, it's just...
There's a mechanic to light your butt on fire. Sweetheart, muffins, where have you been? That is the mechanic. It's the best part of this game, is watching Wario immolate himself. Or, alternatively, if you accidentally immolate yourself, it's the worst part, because it loses a lot of time. There's a beautiful, quote in my quote bot that's, I will never forget the look on Liz's face as she stares in horror as Wario burns to ashes. Alright, so we have our friend Toad here. My good friend Toad22484. He's streaming right now, so I had to look up the numbers on his name. We're going to use him by bouncing him up. Sorry, Toad. My dear friend Toad. And then we're going to do something else to Toad. We are going to murder him. There he goes. Bye, Toad!
Poor thing.
He knows what he did. Hey, he mocks me openly about the Genesis. I'm allowed to murder. I don't think I am actually allowed to murder.
Yeah.
But...
Chat, please don't hurt your friends. Toads are cute.
We here at Speedrun Industries do not condone killing frogs. Frogs are wonderful, except for Pepe. He knows what he did. Kermit's good though.
Kermit's great.
Kermit is a good boy. Alright, so we only have 2 levels left. Unfortunately, one of them is the worst level in the game. But it is a lot better this time, because we do not have to go as far up. So we got the final item, which is basically just the gloves. It's the Infinity Gauntlet again, but instead of being able to pick up just small creatures, you can pick up big ones now too, which we will do. Bloop. Excuse me, friend. We're gonna see one of my favorite enemies here. This thing reminds me of that one enemy from Metroid. I just love it. It's so cute. Look at it flip-flop down. It's just adorable. Wario equals Thanos confirmed. I still have not watched any of those movies, and I don't particularly care. But I know a few quotes, and it's really fun to say them in a Wario voice. Oh my gosh. I'm just slip-sliding around. I think I want that on... Did I come in here and it was already on white, or did I want it on white?
You hit it twice.
Okay. No, I hit it 3 times.
Oh, okay.
I thought that I hit it 3 times, and 1 time was, like, barely perceptible.
Okay.
Because it happened so quick. What did it cost you? Wah! Nothing. Ha ha ha. I love the one sprite where it's like Wario in between when he is a spring and when he's normal, and just like normal as if, and when he's Wario. And like I just love that one sprite where he's just screaming out in agony like, "What am I?" It's the best. It's almost as good as the one sprite in the intro cutscene where he's screaming in horror as
yeah, just up at the ceiling, yeah.
Yep. Alright.
Very expressive dude. What are you gonna do?
He is. He's got a lot more personality than Mario. Like, listen, alright, I like Mario. His personality is like cardboard. Wario has got personality. Luigi is still the best, though. So, we're here, going to the final one, against Whiskey Wood's cousin, Wario Woods. I said that joke once, and I found it way funnier than it was. Like,
I've had that happen.
But I'm gonna keep saying it until someone laughs. And if one of you laughs, thank you for lying to me. That's very kind.
I have a friend who will make a joke, and he thinks it's funny, but he'll pause and look at me to see if I think it's funny before he'll laugh at it.
Every time with me. That's same.
So funny.
Someone in chat says that Wario is probably ripped. Wario is absolutely ripped. Like, are you seeing him charge? Like, he's fat ripped. And that's a good ripped.
Yeah, like, he likes food, but clearly he can... I mean, look at the size of enemies that he can pick up.
Yeah, like...
With one hand over his head.
I'm not saying Wario's hot, but I'm not saying he's not hot. I'm not acknowledging Waluigi. Look.
Waluigi has, like, all of the fan love, and Wario just gets pushed to the side.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Wario's
like,
the one who's actually forgotten.
Like... Waluigi has meme love. Mario has, like, he's actually the popular character love. Luigi has, he's everyone's favorite character love. Wario, people just ignore. Him and his wah-bod. Thank you for that. Him and his dad-bod, exactly. And, like, not only that, but Nintendo doesn't love him. Like, he's just relegated to WarioWare, which, again, is a very good series, but we need both. IMO. At least they finally put, like, his plumber outfit in Smash Brothers. So this is a, very RNG fight. He throws down these, like, cotton balls. Oh, I've never seen him act like that before. He usually goes on the left side. Throws down these cotton balls. They turn you into Yarnio. And they are RNG on where they land. Oh! It was off screen and I didn't see it.
Uh-oh.
His plumber outfit has always been a Smash. Well, thank you, RVW, for making me look like a fool! A foolish fool! On top of already being a fool who is turned into Yarnio by spiders. Cotton balls from a spider. Yeah, isn't that how everything is? Gosh, wouldn't it be crazy if, like, people thought, like, someone saying one thing that was mildly wrong that isn't a big deal is just a huge deal? That would be wild! Oh my gosh! Thank God we don't live in that internet.
I know, right?
So, both, like, all of the cotton balls that fall down, I'm going to continue to call them that because you said something. This is your fault! You've wrought this! Oh, what the heck? You're supposed to hold down, and that will, make them go away. But, hello. My name is Elizabeth. I am bad at video games. It's okay, it's not like I'm going to get over to estimate. I really should not have just said those words. Holy guacamole.
No, you'll be fine.
Woo! I like the noise it makes when it walks. So they can just go right out the window. They can also go for you, like they always do.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to hold against this wall, because usually he appears on the left side. Excuse me, Mr. Spider, I'm gonna need you to not. He usually appears on the left wall, and you cannot hit him. Oh, my name is lizstar, Summon Soul. Oh my Gideon!
We're all ladies here.
Hit that! Exclamation
Oh, no.
point FF. One good hit and I reset the boss. No, see, I'm actually priming RNG for the greedy fight. Or greedy. The Rudy fight. I'm too used to playing lizstar. Wow. Nice throw, Wario. Just arcing right over that spider. That would have been, like, impressive if it were actually useful.
Mm.
and Yarnji? Oh my god, that's genius. Compassionate Void, you get all of my kudos. Every single one of my kudos. I love stupid puns. Oh my god! He's being so mean to me.
Oh no.
Oh lord. Hey, listen. It's okay. We were way above schedule. And
That's
genuinely,
true.
like, one of the people after me said, hey Liz, if you could go a little slower, because I have to get home from school, and I don't... That would be
Yeah.
So, this is the only reason.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Wrapped up in this run.
Just pretend I already beat it. Yeah, this is my second go through. Once you beat the game, it actually says that this room is an illusion devised by Satan. Start over again. And then you have to do the second loop. This run is going silky smooth. Compassionate Void, this is the second time you have been wonderful. You might be mocking me, but it sounds like music to my ears. Whew. Alright. Wow, can you believe I got this in the first try?
Oh my gosh, first try. That was really good.
Woo! Goblins love puns, it's a well-known fact. Gosh, first try. Boom! Wow, I'm good. That didn't just go 4 minutes above my last split. Alright, so here's the final music box. It's my favorite. It's really cute, and I want this music box in real life. It's like little snowmen with ushankas, and they pop up, and their little ushankas pop off, and it's cute.
Aww.
It's really cute.
Oh, I love it.
Alright, final boss. My split in this is Clown Town is down in the ground. We're going to awaken the evil clown Rudy, who will then threaten us. But first, this beautiful music. Very Link's Awakening. So, again, I can show off that if Wario, if you hold the direction he's moving, he moves slightly faster. That doesn't actually save much time here. But it's neat. There he is! Oh, by the way, warning for clowns. There's a clown.
Oh boy.
So there's a quick kill on this clown that I won't get because it's me. But if you like grab his hands properly, you're able to do it. Let's see if I get it. Nope. It's okay. I still have another chance. So he'll grab you, and if he grabs you, you do actually die. You get a game over. Oh. So if you time the throw and the next grab, like, perfectly... There we go, and time!
Woo!
Sorry, I should have said something a little bit earlier. There he goes! I didn't expect to get that final quick hit. That's... You know what? That's smart. So, we defeated the evil clown Rudy, and it turns all of the monsters back into normal civilians. Oh,
Yay!
that one thing that we kept killing over and over again? It's an old woman. Oh, that thing that we killed a few times? It's a dude.
Oh. Well, at least they're back to normal.
Please, please join us for Wario Land 4. Wario is in jail. And they're like, thank you, freak! Because Wario looks nothing like these other people. Nothing like them. Again, that's a good sign of the goblinoid blood in his veins. He definitely has goblins somewhere in the bloodline. Probably like his mom. Alright, anyway. That's Wario Land 3. Wario is sent back to his world, and he gets to have the treasure, and he's a good guy, except he's not. Thank you all so much for hanging out and watching me play this game in a very fast sense. Doing my best fast walk of this game. I really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow for hosting and also for some Return to Zork. So I'm going to play you off with this music, which is the ending theme to Super Mario Bros. 64, but on Game Boy Color, and it's really good. It's a really good remix of it. Thank you, everyone. Love y'all. Have a great one.
Work. Thanks so much. Guys, everybody stay tight. We are going to be doing some awesome Super Meat Boy next up with Spark Over. This will be an any% no wrong warp. So stay tuned.